Question: what do Usain Bolt, Trayvon Bromell, Quincy Wilson, Letsili Teboho, and also Ariane Knighton all have in common? Well, they've all held world junior records at some point in their career. For Teboho, he currently holds the world junior record in the 100 meters at 9.91 seconds, which included the classic finger wave for more streamlined speed. For Trayvon Bromell, he became the first junior athlete to ever break 10 seconds in the 100 as he ran his 9.97 back in 2014. For Bolt, he was quite the prodigy in the 200, clocking a time of 19.93 when he was just 17. For Quincy Wilson, he went crazy in the 400 in 2025, achieving a time of 44.1 to break the world youth record, and for Knighton, he currently holds the official world junior record in the 200 at 19.69 seconds. For the previous 3 or 4 years, the post-pandemic talent that has been blossoming in the teenage division has been pretty overwhelming. Along with all of Bolt's previous junior records falling, we have seen various high schoolers dip under 10 seconds for the 100, and we've even seen a few crack the 20-second barrier in the 200 meters. Whether it be the new technology in shoes, the new updated training, the better racing strategies, or simply a balanced combination of all three, teenage athletes are just running faster than any time period that we have seen in the past. But one thing is for sure, and that's that 2026 has started with more teenage star power than anything that we have ever seen in the past. And specifically, the sprinting greats that are currently competing in one college might be the future of track and field. Here's a list of all world junior records in sprinting events before the start of 2026. Now, for this list, we'll be including all events from the 60 meters up to the 400, as you can argue that an open 4 is in fact a real sprinting event. And as you can see, this list includes some of the greatest moments in sprinting. There's Teboho's 9.91, there's Walter Dix dropping a 20.37 in the 200 indoors as a teenager. There is a lot of talent on this list. And what you'll also notice is that the top scoring moment was in fact Knighton's 19.69, which he ran in the 2022 USA Championships. A time that was so fast that it almost took down Noah Lyles in the exact same race. And as you'll remember, Noah went on to run his 19.31 just about 1 month later. This time has since been the standard for junior racing excellence, and nobody has even gotten close to this World Athletics score in the junior ranks for the past 4 years. Well, that was until a few weeks ago, because for this year's indoor season, we've already seen 2 new world junior records go down. One in the 300 at 32.10 from UGA's CDJ, and the other was in the 400 meters from Jonathan Sims, also hailing from the University of Georgia. Now, Sims' time clocks in at 44.62, and on the all-time list of indoor performances, this time from Jonathan Sims ranks him at number 4 all-time, just barely behind the top performances in indoor history. But here's the really wild part of this race. Jonathan Sims is still only a teenager. At 44.62, this time took down the previous world junior record of Karani James, as he ran a time of 44.8 back more than a decade in the past. And on the World Athletics scoring table, Sims achieved a score of 1,269 points, the exact same total as Knighton's outdoor 200 junior record. When comparing this total point score to other events, we can actually get a decent idea at just how amazing this actually is. Comparatively, this score of 1,269 in the 400 is the equivalent of a 100 time of 9.82, it's the equivalent of a 200 meter performance of 19.69, it's the equivalent of a 300 time of 30.86, and comparing this time to indoor performances, it's the equivalent of a 60-meter clocking of 6.40, a 200 time of 20.13, and a 300 clocking of 31.47, which amazingly would actually be a new world record for the indoor 300. What Jonathan Sims managed to do in this 400-meter dash was pretty remarkable, and incredibly, this was only his season opener in the 400. To do this for your very first race is just some wild stuff. And in this very 200, he won by more than 2 entire seconds over anyone else. A pretty ridiculous margin of victory for a true freshman from Georgia. At 44.62, Sims hit his opening 200 in 21.35 seconds, and then for his final 200, he also hit the fastest time of the day at 23.38. This is statistically the highest scoring sprinting moment in junior track and field history, and the fact that it came from his opener, again, is just wild. Typically, athletes train through their entire indoor seasons and look to peak during the NCAA championships in March. So to see something like this happen so early is certainly quite rare. But what really makes this situation so bizarre is that from the exact same school, we have already seen another world junior record, as CDJ, also from UGA, achieved a 32.10 time, a clocking that was even faster than Noah Lyles and Jareem Richards from this year's New Balance Indoor Grand Prix in the 300. And incredibly, this new World Junior record came from the exact same competition. At 32.1, Jay's time is also a world #1 performance in 2026, tied to the 100th with Garrett Collin from USC. Now, the fact that we've already seen 2 world records fall from 2 teenagers in the same school is certainly a sign that 2026 could be another very impactful year for teenage sprinters in track and field. But what are the odds that they actually hold on to this form throughout the entire season and manage to take down more competitive athletes in bigger moments? Well, it is possible. Last year we saw Quincy Wilson take a huge win at the Ed Murphy Classic, breaking the World Youth record yet again in the 400, and in this race he took down athletes such as Bryce Dedman, Elijah Godwin, Will Sumner, and Justin Robinson. But this was certainly one of those rare races where a high schooler manages to take down some of the best sprinters in the world. And if Jonathan Sims or CDJ can run anything close to these junior records come the outdoor season, they most definitely have a chance to win. Now also, only adding to the insanity that is currently happening at the University of Georgia, they also have another amazingly talented teenage sprinter in Maurice Gleaton, who famously beat Christian Coleman and Kendall Williams in a local race in Florida last season in the 100. And even though it was wind-aided, and even though he technically got disqualified here, he still ran a 9.82, marking one of the fastest times ever achieved by a prep athlete. And for 2026, he's already run a 6.55 in the 60. And considering he is certainly known for his 100-meter capabilities, this could be another very impactful year for Maurice Gleaton as well. Make sure to keep your eyes on the University of Georgia as 2026 unfolds, because either CDJ or Maurice Gleaton or certainly Jonathan Sims could do something extremely special once again. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.